Hey guys, this is Neha Surendran from English from Parramatta. So today in the session, I'm going to give you an introduction on how you can maximize your score in one of the exercises in the reading module. It is called Reading Fill in the Blanks. So in this exercise, you will be given a passage and there will be many blank spaces in the passage. So what you need to do is choose a correct word from a set of words that are given in a box so that you will make the passage meaningful. So you need to drag the options from the box and drop it at the correct blank. If you make all the blanks correct, you will get maximum score. So let's get down into the general facts so that you will get a rough idea on how you can tackle this exercise. So you will be getting 4 to 5 questions and there will be almost 6 blanks, approximately 6 blanks in each question. It depends, 4 to 6 is the maximum range and you will get point for each correct blank, 1 point. And there is no negative marking for this exercise. So even if you make any mistakes, there is no worry at all. You can attend all the questions and since there is no negative marking, there is also no need to waste much time in this exercise. So the ideal amount of time is 2 minutes for each question. And there is also one more reason why I'm stressing that you should not waste much time in this exercise. This is because there is only internal scoring contributed to the reading part. So even if you spend so many time, it's not going to make much difference in your total score. So try to move on with the questions quickly, and since there is no negative marking, you need not worry about the same. So some of the grammatical clues that I can give you so that you can tackle this exercise very easily, that many of the students find difficulty in finding the correct word. Like there will be 2 or 3 words having a particular almost the same meaning and that will suit the blank space in a particular sentence. So you need to find the correct word. So some of the clues that I can give you are as follows. Like if you see any words like off, by 2 words and there is a verb connecting that, then the verb will end with ing. So you can see many examples. He is heading towards. So you see the word towards, so the verb will contain ing at the end. The second example is if you see a word before or after, following or before a verb. So then there would be an adverb. So you can actually see he is running quickly. So before and after a verb, there can be an adverb. Okay. And then the third clue is that if you see a noun or a subject or an object, there can be an adjective before that. For example, he has blue eyes. So the adjective is describing the qualities of the noun, right? That is what an adjective does. So if you see any sort of a noun, subject or object, then there would be an adjective. And if you see an adjective in the number of options that you are given, then you should place it before a noun, subject or a word or an object. So, and the next clue is if there are words like is, are, was, were, been, and then you see a verb, then the verb can be ending in ing or ed or en depending upon the word that you use. So I have given here an example. He is playing, he was playing, etc. So there can be many other examples. Then next, if you see words such as could have or would have, the verb would definitely end in ed or an. For example, he could have consumed or would have consumed, right? So that makes sense. The next is if you see words such as has been or have been, then you can add ing or ed or en to your verb. For example, he has been playing or we have been playing. So it can depend. So if you note such words, then just keep it in your mind what the verb will be ending with. And if you see the word and, then it will be followed by a word which contains the first letter as a vowel. So that is a very common rule that you learn from the beginning itself. So make sure you do not make any mistake in that. And then after the word is a singular word. And after the word are is a plural word. Okay, those are the basic grammatical rules that you learn in English language. So make sure you do not make any mistake in that. And for the last rule, we can see if there is a combination of a subject, verb, and object. Like there should be a combination like that, like subject followed by verb followed by object. So for example, here Noah attends music lessons. So Noah is the subject or noun, and then the verb is attends and the object is music lessons. So this is how the order will be followed if you have a combination of subject, verb, and object. So this is the test screen that you will see. So you can see here a paragraph and there are many blank spaces in it. Here there are 4 blank spaces and there will be options more than the number of blank spaces. It's just to confuse you. So make sure you choose the correct option, and even if you did not do that, there is no worry because there is no negative marking. So try to read the paragraph, and along with reading each sentence, try to place the words in the options. So you should drag the word from the box and then drop it at the blank space. That is how you do this exercise. So for this question, I will show you what the answer is. So sometimes you might see words that are difficult for you to understand the meaning. Okay, so there is no problem. Actually, you can go for the question and you can put it anywhere you want, as there is no negative marking. So please do not worry about that. And the only way you can do is practicing more questions. So this exercise requires you to actually read the paragraph carefully and place the words. You should read the options also very carefully because there are more number of options than the blank spaces. So don't just go for the first word that you see in the box. Go through all the options and see which is suiting the best in the sentence. So if you need any sort of help, or if you need a mentor to guide you through your preparation, we are always here for you. So you can book a free slot for all one-on-one classes. So please do check out EnglishFirm.com website and see what all resources that we provide. We provide a lot of resources for you guys to study at home itself. So please do check that out. And if you just need a mentor to guide you through your preparation and give you feedback or evaluate your work as such, then you can email us at mockpt@englishfirm.com for all the different exercises in the reading, speaking, listening, and writing modules. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you understood what I mentioned in this video, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.